Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your November 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your awesome month ahead of November. I hope you're all doing really well. In this reading, I'm going to be doing intuitive messages for you, followed by a week-to-week tarot forecast and an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. So let's get straight into it. Aquarius, intuitive messages for November. Saturn has gone direct in your sign. Thank God. Okay, so you have had a hard lesson you might have had to learn over the last few months about trust, about efficiency, about material issues like money, or even like where you're living or the terrain that you are standing on. And now you have learned that lesson, and there's going to be a direct motion with any hang up or any obstacle you've been facing. Sometimes that direct motion is hard to face and hard to deal with, but if you can embrace the momentum of it and ride that momentum, you are going to find yourself moving into 2023 with the backing of Saturn. Okay, so maybe with more assets at your disposal, maybe with more respect from your colleagues, maybe with more relevance to some form of authority or some form of just success or well-being. There are a lot of rewards that you can get or complete in the month of November. I'm going to talk about the difficult stuff before I talk about the easy stuff. You have the Emperor reversed, the Chariot card as your two major arcana cards, and the Six of Wands reversed. Ego has to really be placed aside here. Also, you could be dealing with very egotistical people or people who are kind of like tyrannical or something. You could be having like bosses or supervisors or anybody in an authority position who's kind of there to feel that feeling and not really there because they want that. So that is typical when you have a strong Saturn transit, especially when it's Saturn retrograde, as it has been over the last few months. It's typical to experience people who are out of whack in their authority. And that's going to be important for you to face and overcome over the first half of November. That's about all that I'm feeling, though, for you for difficulty. However, there is maybe also a bit of a feeling of having to be frugal or having to be really reserved with your resources. 5 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles, saving what you have, holding on to what you have. There could be a challenge or a test coming about whether or not you can invest wisely, or whether you're also like burning resources or going too quickly through it. So take a look at that as well. On the positive side, you have a new lease on life coming in this month. The 9 of Cups, the King of Cups, the Chariot, 7 of Cups, and even the Page of Swords, that feels really confident, and it feels like you are confident in the changes you are about to make. We have 2 major eclipses happening in the season of Scorpio, October 25th and November 8th. And those will be happening at square angles to you and bolstering the Saturn-Uranus square, which affects your sign perhaps the most out of any other. So what that means is you have a resolution to the conflict you've been feeling, but it might not be like the most easy resolution. It might not be totally over this month, but it feels like there's confidence coming and also emotional maturity and an opportunity by the end of the month. I love the end of the month for you, King of Cups with a Chariot, a chance to embrace this new emotional maturity and kind of moonwalk on out of the, repressive energies you've been feeling for a while. That's the best way I can articulate it. Or just kind of nobly kind of proceed on. A lot of Aquarians are like, saying, miss me with that. I'm signing out of this. There's a feeling of even resignations, or this is across the board. It's not just your sign with these potent Scorpio eclipses. Resigning, quitting, stepping away, moving to a sabbatical, taking time off, cultivating more substantial, more giving grounds, rather than forcing blood from a turnip, is the best way forward here. Let's talk about your week-to-week Aquarius. Week number 1 of November, the Page of Swords, rooted down by the Emperor reversed. Okay. Less is more with communication, with power plays, with strategy, with communication. Less is more. Try to not go over the top with stuff. Try to not go past your word limit. Try to not overstay or over communicate your place, because you could also have people try to criticize or prove wrong your assertions. So if you're if you're someone who has authority or any type of sway or influence over your business or over a project, you might make it as short said as possible. Because it's almost like the more you say, the more people will hold against you, or the more. Also, watch out for overgiving your creative ideas, because I kind of feel like other people, especially people in authority around you, might not have the same type of creativity of their own. So they might like leverage that, or you might have people, I don't know, quoting or citing you. Maybe not in a good way. Okay, so that's why I think less is more is best at that time. Also, watch out for any communications, text messages, emails, whatever it is. Make sure that anything you're composing can't be interpreted in negative ways, or even in like illegal ways or unethical ways. Keep an eye out for that. The Saturn being in your sign also indicates that there can be tests like that. What I've just said is probably more harsh than things actually are, but you want to make sure that things are above board with the Emperor reversed, because people can maybe be like, looking for errors. Okay. It's a good energy for editing though, and revising. If you're writing a book, if you're writing anything, this is a good energy to hire an editor, or to get consensus from other people, peer review and things like that is what you need. Because I feel that things are highly scrutinized for you if they're just your own words, or if they're oversaid. So week number 2, the 7 of Pentacles rooted down by the 6 of Wands reversed. This is the same vein. It's like just kind of overseeing what you have. Neutrality seems really nice. 6 of Wands reversed is an indication that a very egotistical assertion would be seen as such. So you want to watch out for pushing too hard, or, being too regal or over the top with what you're doing. Instead, you want more of a kind of like meek or neutral stance, I think is better during this time. Week number 3, the 9 of Cups rooted down by the 5 of Pentacles. Same exact thing. Okay, you have power through kind of not saying so much. Okay, 9 of Pentacles is actually an archetype of silence. So it depicts confidence within a measured or even quiet kind of approach. Quiet confidence here. Or you can move into 5 of Pentacles and be kind of like noisy and kind of move around in the cold. You want to keep a sort of composed energy about you. Also, you could be facing someone like that. You could be facing someone who's a very powerful communicator or doesn't mince words. And also, you could see that there might not be much behind that as well. So 5 of Pentacles rooting down the 9 of Cups. It's like gatekeeping something that's not that great. So someone could be building something up in a way that's not so not as big as it is. So like good marketing, also like things that just aren't what they are claimed to be might be coming up for you. And I think that why that's coming in is just for you to assert your own knowing. Like you don't necessarily have to spread it around or tell other people, but you need to know like what you do and don't connect to in that time. But it is a lucky week for you. Week number 4, the King of Cups rooted down by the Chariot. Okay, so this is what I love. Okay, so the first 3 weeks of November, I think it's getting through those eclipses. It's connecting to the Saturn-Uranus square. By the 4th week, there's a new lease on life. Okay, there's a new way forward. There's a new connection for you. And you have the chance to really change territory, to move. Or to move emotionally, like your mindset could be very different by that time in a very positive way. This is much more empathetic, and it's also much more decisive. Okay, I see kind of an indecision because all of the cards, week 1, 2, and 3, the top row contradicts the bottom row. So, but not in the 4th week. You start to maybe make things more precise and more complementary. So let's talk more about that in your extended Aquarius. We'll talk about getting to that more precise complementary place. And I'll talk more about the changes that are coming in for you. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Check out the extended below and share this with a fellow Aquarius if you would like for them to see a brief description of their month ahead. Much love, Aquarius. Let's do the extended. Talk to you soon. Bye.